indeed, I take it as my privilege to invite our speaker, sir, Professor Dr. Shivakumar Udkarta, who is a professor at School of Computer and Information Science, University of Hyderabad. On this August day, I should really say that it will be a great privilege to hear from such an eminent speaker. Now, when I give a brief note about Professor Udgata sir, he has published more than 100 research papers. He is engaged into various projects, research-based projects, which are not only helping the people or the society, but also globally it is acclaimed. So when we talk about sir, he has got vast experience into computer and information science. He has got immense knowledge related to AI, IoT. But when I talk about sir, sir is versatile into computer science. So when we talk about people like Professor Udgata, we can say that he is an open book wherein we are going to dip into the ocean of knowledge and we are going to try to gain as much knowledge and information as we can, because the experience that he's having is immense and vast. And we all need to understand that this hour that is the hour that he's going to spend with us, wherein he's going to interact with you all during this orientation program, virtual orientation program. What I want you to do is, as a student, I want you to understand what is he trying to explain, what is he trying to state, and how can you really gain benefit out of his information that he's going to share. I welcome on behalf of International School of Management, Professor Dr. Shivakumar Udgata to this particular day 2 program of orientation program. Sir, the platform is open for you. You are welcomed on behalf of us. It's an honor to have you here, sir.
Thank you, madam. Thank you. Namaskar. And yeah, it's a pleasure to be here. I understand that this is an orientation program for the newly joined students, and I also understand that maybe a couple of other faculty members may be there, and maybe the students and other faculty members must be knowing that Professor Padhi, the director of the institute, and me, we worked together way back almost 20 years back in Berhampur University, and I had a very pleasant experience of working with him under his guidance. He was senior to me, and I'm pretty sure that he is able and he's a flexible leader. I must say that he's a very flexible and able leader, and under his leadership and under his guidance, I hope the students, the faculty, and overall the institute will definitely grow. I think I have time around half an hour to 45 minutes, right, madam?
Yes, sir. Yes. You have.
Yes, good. So let me, on behalf of course, I don't belong to ISM Patna, but maybe I take this opportunity to welcome the students to this institute, and I hope and believe that you will get the opportunity to fulfill your dreams, and of course your parents' dreams also. And I hope that some of the parents must be there and should be there also with the students in the orientation program. And if they are there and watching, I'm namaskar to everybody. And see, the whole idea is that I'm quite happy to know that this institute provides management plus computer science education actually, and that's a good combination to have. And see, everybody does a bit of management, and everybody does a bit of computation. We all do that in our day-to-day life. We do a bit of management and we do a bit of computation also. All of us, in some way or other, do accounting also, right? We have some money. Even if I have 100 rupees, I do a bit of accounting, and I need to manage myself. I need to do things. So everybody is knowingly or unknowingly, explicitly or implicitly, is a manager, and is also a computer scientist or a computational guy, because we need to compute something or other. And this institute, I think, is a right way to say that they have both the programs together. And it's very important to know that I think Professor Padhi also knows, because I remember a small interaction session with one guy called Mr. Muthuraman. He was vice president of TISCO. And when the TISCO project Gopalpur was about to start, so he was in charge of the TISCO project Gopalpur. And he used to visit the nearby university on some occasion or other. And I remember in one of the such meetings, a student asked him, Ki, sir, I mean, a management student only asked him, Ki, sir, if I'm permitted, I may ask one question. And remind you, he was a management student who asked the question. So the question was, Ki, if you talk about the great business leaders, let's say Ford, or let's say Dhirubhai Ambani, or let's say Jamshedji Tata, or whatever. I mean, starting from Germany to France to all over the world, even Bill Gates, even Steve Jobs, none of them have so to say, a management degree, right? So they did have so Dhirubhai Ambani, you know his humble background. Ford, you know his humble background. So none of these people has a formal MBA degree or a formal master's degree in management, but they proved to be great managers, right? I mean, they manage the industry, they manage everything. So why do you need a management program actually? Why do you need a MBA degree to be given? And then why you should study all these things when you know that all these things? The answer was pretty good. In fact, I liked that answer, so that I thought I will share this with you. The idea of management, he said, okay, everybody is a manager. Everybody is a manager in some sense or other. Everybody is a manager. My mother was definitely a manager, home manager, right? I mean, they are much better home manager than a professional home managers actually. So they say that, okay, at some point of time, some skills, and he also said that, look, Faraday, you know, I mean, the guy who discovered or invented electricity, and with electricity, you know where you are now. So the guy who invented electricity, Faraday, had no formal education. No formal education. He never studied in any school. He never studied in, sir, namaskar. Padhi sir, namaskar. So he never had any formal education, but he discovered electricity. He discovered so many other scientific, gems, which we are enjoying, the fruit which we are enjoying now. But be it Faraday, or be it Ford, or be it Bill Gates, or be it Dhirubhai Ambani, for that matter, they are definitely born scientists, born managers, etc. And when the industrial revolution started, and all these things had slowly it started, what happened is actually these born managers, although they are very few, 1%, 0.1%, or maybe 1 in a 1 lakh, although they are very few, they were able to manage this. They were able to take the industry to a different height and other things. And that is definitely true, and we should recognize it actually. We have many reasons, right? There are mathematicians who never went to school, but they were great mathematicians. There were writers who never went to school, but they were great writers. But does it mean that you will stop teaching literature? Does it mean that you will stop teaching mathematics? Does it mean that you will stop teaching computer science? Does it mean that you will stop teaching physics, chemistry? So the whole idea is that there are born managers, there are natural talents, but the problem with this natural talent and other things is that how do you spot them? How do you locate them? Because you don't have a means. They are successful, but there are millions of cases where people didn't succeed. They tried and they failed. And we don't read the history of failures actually. We read the history of successes. For example, maybe my young friends must be knowing. See, you go to the site called Princeton University. I just forgot his name. The Princeton University professor, in his website, in his portal, he has a link where he says, my biodata of failures, right? My biodata of failures, in the sense that, and that's quite long actually. He said that my actual biodata, my official biodata, talks about my success stories, right? So for example, I'm a professor in University of Hyderabad. It's a success. I came here, I appeared for the interview, I appeared for the test, I succeeded, and that's what my biodata says. But my biodata doesn't say that I also appeared for interview in 5 other universities where I didn't succeed, right? Similarly, my biodata says that I published 100 papers, but my biodata never says that my 1,000 other papers are rejected. It could not be published, right? So the whole idea of telling this is that you only read success stories who are successful, and we get carried away with that, right? You see a lot of WhatsApp messages, we see a lot of Facebook messages. Oh, this guy who has a humble background, his father was a rickshawala, but he could still make it to IAS top 10 and everything. But there are billions of, I mean, 1 billion rickshawalas may be there, and all of them didn't go there actually. So the point what Mr. Muthuraman said that is key, we need trained managers, we need trained scientists, we need trained people to do that actually. We need a structured trained people actually. So even if I have a knowledge, if I have an idea about it, I need to study it in a structured manner. I need to practice it. I need to gain that creativity, that talent within me. I need to discover the talent within me. And then I need to understand that, okay, this is my talent and this work should be done in this way. There is a method, there is a philosophy, there is a theory behind it. Sometimes you do certain things without realizing that I'm doing according to a particular theory, right? But if you know this theory, if you know these terms, if you know these techniques, then you also know that where the technique works, where the technique fails, so that I can choose a right technique for the right problem at the right time, right? Minus that, if I don't know those things, probably with my intuition I will choose a technique, but that intuition may not work, right? So the intuition may not work in the sense that the intuition will fail and then the whole organization fails. So I need an education, a structured, well planned, well executed execution of the education, such that it helps me to discover the talent within me. It helps me to take the right decision, apply the right theory, the right experimentation at the right time. Even then I may fail, but that failure percentage will be less than 5%. Whereas in this case, if you don't have a trained thing, the failure percentage will be 95%. 5% will anyway succeed this way or that way. So the whole idea of education is that you get trained in such a way that your failure rate is minimum. Why do I? And then you say that, look, sir, I can manage pretty well. But how do I believe that you can manage pretty well? You don't have any formal education. How do I believe how somebody will give his or her business to you, his or her money to you to manage it, if you have no idea about financials? You don't have financial management. So the whole idea is that I need an education, and the students need to know that education, and at this point of time, the cross-disciplinary, interdisciplinary education. There is no education at this point of time today which is completely compartmentalized. You only know this, you don't need to know anything else. No, I need to know computer science, I need to know management. So for example, I think Madam Niru Kumari was just saying that I had got many projects, right? After joining University of Hyderabad, I almost handled a government funded money of almost 4 crore of rupees. Now I learned financial management because I have to learn financial management. I learned accounting. I learned because I've had people. I took fellowship. For fellowship, I have around 10-20 people working with me. So I know people management. But the way people management I do, and probably from my intuition, or I look at my colleagues and learn it. So those things are okay. But that I cannot do it in a large scale. That I cannot scale it up. So the first point I want to take home is that education, structured, well-planned, well-executed execution under the able leadership and guidance of the teachers with experimentation, case studies, etc., is the key. And I hope that every student will have to go through this channel, and then they have to come out with a much better way. So I look at this way. So as a computer scientist, I say this is the input, this is the processing, and this is the output. You give computer some input, it will process it and give you an output. So the institute is also a computer, right? You come as an input. Right now, I joined the institute as and this is my input. Now, when I come out of that, I should come out as a better person. I should come out as a better learned person. I should come out as a better experienced person. I should come out as a better tested person. I should come out as a more rigor, more reliable, more stronger than I was before entering the institution, right? So that's the key. That's the key. That you should be prepared for yourself. You should, how the students should prepare with the help of the teachers and parents, that they should prepare in such a way that whatever today they are joining the institution, you are the input, and after 3 years or 2 years or 4 years, when you come out of the institution, you look at yourself, how better you are compared to 2 years back, how rigor you are compared to 2 years back, how experienced you are compared to 2 years back. That's the value that the education gives you. And if you are not better, by some chance you miss that opportunity of being processed. And who will do the processing actually? Like in a computer, the processor does the processing. Here the teacher will do the processing, the case analyst will do the processing, the field study supervisor will do the processing. Allow yourself to go through that grind, go through that processing, and then try to be ready to go through the grind and come out successful, come out more experienced, come out more learned. I have prepared a set of slides actually. I don't know whether I should use those slides or keep on telling like this. So the maybe I will use the slides actually. That's much better. Can I do that, madam?
Yes, of course, sir. You can share the slides.
Okay. I'll just share the slides so that doesn't matter much. Yeah. So people who joined late, I mean, I'm Siva Udgata. I work for School of Computer Information Sciences, University of Hyderabad, which is very recently recognized by Government of India as an Institute of Eminence. It's a coveted tag actually. Now the title, I thought ki, don't worry about the title actually. Basically, I'm trying to tell you that ki, how the management and computer science together. That's what I say, smart business management model with information technology. Many of you might have heard, whosoever has joined, or if you have not had, just Google the word called Industry 4.0. You will see that ki, there are enough material, enough people, enough material is there. And I tell you, the Industry 4.0 is the future of the industry. So whenever you are talking about industry, whether it is education industry, whether it is manufacturing industry, whether it is marketing industry, any industry for that matter, because business people, computer science people are normally, so everybody will not be a teacher, right? Somebody has to serve, somebody has to work, many has to work. So they have to work in an industry, they have to work in various types of industry, and the industry is going through a revolution actually. And the not next generation, we are already there. We call it an Industry 4.0. Now, Industry 4.0 is basically a marriage, I think a amalgamation of management models plus information technology models. The information technology includes internet, information technology includes computing, information technology includes communication, information technology includes processing. So everything, I mean, all taken together, right? So how this helps actually? So if you look at this, I think I have already told you, you are welcome to ISM partner on behalf of ISM, and on behalf of the director also, I welcome you all. I mean, you have a pleasure time here. God bless. I think I should also write that this is a world of exploring and learning. I think whenever, as long as you are in this institute, keep exploring. I tell you, the world outside the institute is very cruel. World outside, in an industry, once you join, your next chair is your competitor, is not your friend, is your competitor. Whereas in the institute, your next chair, your friend, is your friend, your teacher is a friend, your colleague, your friend, the student who is sitting next to your chair is a friend. So you don't get that environment. Okay, you don't get that environment in an industry once you start working with it. So as long as okay, can I request to mute your mic, please? If you have some questions, you can always unmute and ask me. So you, as long as you're in the institute, keep exploring not within your syllabus, because the institute, in the industry, when you go and face a challenge, you cannot say that, sir or madam or boss, I have not studied it, it was not there in my syllabus. Syllabus is only for a particular period and to get a degree. But beyond that, when you go to this field, syllabus doesn't help you. So you have to learn as much as you can. You have to experience as much as you can. So you have to explore and learn. Continuous learning is the key. I never knew that I will be talking about Industry 4.0 30 years back. I never studied that. I never studied sensor technology, Internet of Things. They were not there. But continuous learning is the key, whether you are here. So you should know how to learn continuously, how to read continuously within the institute, outside the institute, before coming, after coming, and during the learning. I also tell, I mean, many people tell that nothing is permanent in this world except change. Things will keep changing. Situation will keep changing. So what you learn today will change tomorrow. But you should learn how to learn. Change is not important. It will keep changing. But if I have learned how to learn, then I will learn the new things also. Now, there are a lot of changes that is happening the way the business was conducted these days. For example, marketing. Do you know how marketing was done 20 years back or 30 years back? People used to put leaflets inside the newspaper. And there are so many things. Now, how marketing is done? Digital marketing, marketing through WhatsApp, marketing through Facebook, marketing through social media. Those terms were not heard of. We never heard about those terms 20 years back. So the managers who were trained 20 years back never had this idea about social media. But now we talk about social media marketing, digital marketing, WhatsApp marketing, push marketing, cold marketing. I mean, there are so many terms that has come up which we never heard of. And now we have to get tuned to that. Manufacturing, that's a very important thing actually. Manufacturing, the way manufacturing was done 20 years back and the way manufacturing done now, there is a sea change. There's a whole lot of change. Everything is sensor based, everything is computer based. You know what happens now? I will give you an example. Dell, you might have heard, Dell is a computer manufacturing company. Now Dell gives me a scope. You go to their website, you design your configuration, what kind of computer you want, how much memory you want, what processor you want, etc. Now you give your configuration, Dell will make a computer for you and deliver it to you. Now they have a system in such a way that whatever you ask, whatever software you ask, whatever memory you ask, they have a supply. The manufacturing will be done according to the user specification, individual user specification. That's very important. Nobody has thought of it that a company will be able to manufacture a computer or a device or a vehicle according to the single user demand. That's the way forward now. Now I don't want my car to be like this. And things are, I think there is a BMW is coming out with that key. You design your sitting arrangement, you design your front, the front area, you design your steering, whatever you say, they will make it and give it to you. How it is possible? Because everything is automatic, right? They design it, they do it. Supply chain management, students who have not supplied Amazon, yesterday night I booked a TV, tomorrow morning it is already here in my home. How the supply chain is completely managed. One of my students is working in Amazon delivery supply chain management here. He's basically a computer scientist person. What they're doing, they have robots. They pick up your order. The robot goes inside the warehouse, picks up the order for you, and packs it and gives it back to you. No human being is involved. Now you can say that if human being is not involved, what is my role there? Your role is there is that to monitor the robot, to control the robot. So one jobs are not going away actually. One type of job will be replaced by another type of job. That's very important. And to be very honest, actually, now a type of job which is getting replaced was not humanly job actually. You become more human, you become more intelligent job manager compared to a simple carry like a labor and other things, right? Customer relationship management. These days, customer relationship, post sales, before sales, etc. Everybody, I think the computer science students should note here that it's not very difficult to do it. And probably you know that everybody has a bot now, a chat bot. You go to any site, there is a chat bot. Hey, I am Siri, how can I help you? Hey, I am Alexa, how can I help you? Hey, I am so and so, how can I help you? Those are all softwares, those are all programs. Now the customer feels that I am talking to a guy in the company there, but there is nobody there in the company. So a software is talking to you, and the software is talking to you as a human being, as a human person. So the customer relationship management, basically, now how it can happen? It can happen like this. The student from computer science, the student from management, they come together, design a chatbot in such a way that the management questions asked by the management, the employees or the customer will ask certain queries. Now the marketing manager knows that what kind of queries, what kind of answers should be given. The computer science person builds an intelligent engine, intelligent chatbot, so that those type of questions will be answered in a different way. Mind you, the same question will not get the same answer again and again. There is a randomness involved there. Those kind of things people are talking about now, right? Now, the right mix. You need to know that. That's what I started telling. I cannot have a complete model that only I will read this much, I will not look at anything else. No. Now the management is technology-based management, computer-based management, IT-based management. Only management with people management is IT-based management. Your leave applications are processed automatically. Your appraisals are processed automatically. Your credentials are processed automatically. Your raise, your bonus, your increments will be processed automatically. So management is completely becoming technology based, so that people will not complain. There is no human bias. Oh, my boss is not happy with me, so that is why I got a less raise. No, your performance will be automatically monitored. 360-degree management, that's what they say, and that's how you do it. Now the innovative learning methods, I think what people are doing, you will do it here, you will also do it in the industry after you join there. I think many people practice that. Whenever you learn certain things, you try to always correlate with an example, right? You always keep an example. That's what I'm doing now, right? I'm trying to tell you with an example. This is what the Amazon is doing. This is what the Ford has done. This is what Dhirubhai Ambani has done. So the examples will be there will be stored in your memory, and you will be able to learn the concept through that example. Some people say, I mean, this is one way of doing things, one layer. The another layer is that learn while you do. Go to the business, go to do it. Develop a chatbot for yourself. Right now, let me tell you, I teach a course called operating system in computer science here. So we developed a small chatbot. I developed a small chatbot because now it is all COVID situation, right? I'm not in the classroom. So I developed a chatbot so that some of the operating system questions which my students have asked me in previous years, I fit those questions and I asked the chatbot to answer them the way I do, using whenever a student asks those type of questions. Now what is happening actually, in the midnight also, if a student is studying, he has a question to ask, he asks the chatbot is replying to that, and I am not replying actually. Now what is happening, now if the chatbot is, the student is not happy with the answer, I ask a feedback, are you happy, yes or no? If he says no, the question comes back to me and I review the question, and tomorrow morning I answer it. The same thing is done for marketing, the same thing is done for manufacturing, the same thing is done for customer relationship management. So what you do it, you develop a chatbot, see how it works, and then and they are not very difficult things actually, right? A chatbot development for a computer science student in the second year or third year will be able to do it within days, within a couple of days. They're all tools are there. Most importantly, commit mistakes, because if you don't commit mistakes, you never know how to correct them, how to identify the mistakes actually. So learn from the mistakes. And what is more important is that the cooperative and collaborative learning, we call it you collaborate with your friend. For example, a management student can collaborate with a computer science student to help him in this particular technology, and the computer science student should collaborate with a management student so that how the technology can be used for better management actually. So this, I mean, I'm pretty happy that this institute has both the courses actually and running parallelly, and that's very interesting actually. And this collaboration between the computer science and or between the information technology and management will actually open up a lot of opportunities. You can do a lot of projects, you can do a lot of experiments, you can see a lot of implementation. Computer science students can see a lot of implementation and their output. Management students can see that how technology can benefit their management. The most important thing, I think I should talk about it, this transfer learning. I think I have highlighted it also in blue color. The transfer learning, if you look at this, the learning in one environment is transferred to the learning in another environment. And that's what the computer science and tech management people, if they have learned something. Now, I give you one of my favorite example actually on transfer learning. All of you might be knowing MS Dhoni, the Indian cricketer. He was not in cricket actually. He was actually a goalkeeper for football game. And one day there was a match and the coach noticed that the actual wicket keeper didn't come. So he requested MS Dhoni, because he saw him keeping goals. He requested MS Dhoni to come and keep the wickets. So he obliged, kept the wickets, and rest is history, right? And now he became a world famous wicket keeper and all these things. Now on that first day itself, how he could do it? Because his learning in football transferred that learning to wicket keeping in cricket, and quickly he learned it. Of course, he's a quick learner. So a learning in one environment, suppose you learn one language, let's say C language, the same learning can be transferred to learn in C++. When you learn C++, the same learning with a little bit of fine tuning can be transferred for learning Java. Once you know Java, the learning can be transferred to find out some other Python. So that is Python programming language. So that's the beauty. No learning is a waste. The learning, you don't realize that the learning actually gets transferred. Yes, the learning gets transferred automatically within our brain. Now, if you realize it, that okay, I can apply this, that becomes more empathic, right? You empathically transfer the knowledge in one domain to the other domain. You learn from, a student learns from a mistake. Now that mistake, that learning will be transferred to one of his friend. He says, no, you don't do this because I committed a mistake there. You do like this. So this learning is transferred. So transfer learning is very important when you are in technological field, because you cannot read everything, you cannot know everything. So one way to do it that you collaborate, you cooperate, and then transfer. So your experience should be transferred to your friend, his experience should be transferred to you. That way together we grow. And these are the industrial revolutions and all these things, right? I don't want to, because this is pretty simple. So 1760, I'm talking about 1760, neither you nor me were there, but then for almost 80 years, the mechanical production, railways, steam engines. That was the first generation industrial revolution. I mean, the purpose of saying this or this slide is that basically we are in this beyond 2010, right? So the smartphone, wireless communication, sensors, Internet of Things, cloud computing, that changed the industrial process in a way, and now they call it the Industry 4.0. The 4.0 comes from this point: first generation, second generation, third generation, and fourth generation. And this is a slide which says the same thing, but it says pictorially how it evolved actually. Now you see in the fourth generation, you have this smartphone, cyber physical systems, Internet of Things, and all that. This is the fourth industrial revolution. I think many of you might have seen this lady, Sophia. Sophia got a passport. Sophia is a robot, humanized robot actually. So industry people are now implementing, using, taking the help of robots in a large scale. So for example, I don't want that a person should go to the blast furnace, because it's not human, it's inhuman actually. Now a robot can go to the blast furnace and do that operation at such a high temperature. So Sophia is a face of a robot actually. Now the robotics has gone to a particular level where this all this manufacturing and all these processes. In fact, I'm sure some of you might have seen this video also. It was there in YouTube, it was there in Facebook and all that. There is in Arab, there is a big robot, huge robot actually, who is the security guard of the crown prince there. So the robot can become a security guard, right? Of course, it has to go through multiple checks and balances, so that the robot doesn't become mad and kill the boss itself. But the idea is that now the robots are becoming the security guards. They have multiple cameras. So if a human being becomes the security guard, I have only 2 eyes. But I can put some 10 cameras around me, and I can see the whole environment, what is happening in a robot. So security guards can become robots. So the fourth industrial revolution is more about robotics, artificial intelligence, electronic devices, and all these things are coming. Now this Sophia is now invited to different universities to give talks. That's so intelligent. I mean, this is what is the fourth industrial revolution actually. Sophia got a passport to go to a university from one country to the another country to give a talk. That's the level. So people now started comparing the robots to human beings actually. That's the fourth industrial revolution. So basically, I don't want to talk more about it. I just want to talk about that. Look at this. What are the key terms here? Artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, drones, quantum computing, big data. So these are smart robots. So these are some of the terms that is driving the fourth industry. And you look at this, all these things. This is industry. Industry means management. Now, now how can I do a management when I see that my industry is full of robots, full of Internet of sensors, full of drones, full of huge amount of data. Now, unless I have a knowledge about, or a cross-disciplinary knowledge about robotics, about artificial, so I don't want the management students or even the normal computer science students to dive deep into the artificial intelligence. What is important is that you must know what is AI and what AI can do and cannot do. You should not be using AI for calculating or multiplying 2 multiplied by 3. There is no intelligence there. It's simple math. So you must know what it should do, what it cannot do, where it should be used, where it should not be used. That's more important. So this is where, I mean, the whole talk about that I'm trying to focus again and again that yes, the industry is going towards a fourth generation revolution. The industry will require people with skill, having what they are required for the industry 4.0. Now industry 4.0 requires these technologies. I don't want to go deep down into the AI algorithms, etc. But yes, I must know that what are the AI tools available, what are the techniques available, what techniques can be used for what kind of application, can I use this, can I use that, etc. If you know that what a robot can do, you can ask a manufacturing company to make a robot for you, for your industry, small industry. So that's very important actually. So there are many there is a founder executive, Klaus Schwab, this Germany thing, executive chairman. He is trying to say that this is what is the future actually. So the question is not I am going to be, if you look at this, look at the last paragraph, this is his quote. So the question is not am I going to be disrupted, but when his disruption is coming, what form will it take and how will it affect me and my organization? That is the question. The question is that whether you are going to be disrupted or not is not important. If you are not going to be, if you are not disrupted, if you don't change, if you don't adapt to it, your organization will be disrupted, your organization will be uprooted. So you are working for an organization, you have an organization of your own, but then unless you ride with the technology, I can give you many examples. Nokia is a big example. Actually, Nokia was the only mobile manufacturer 20 years back, but they didn't change to Android when the demand happened. They closed their eyes and Nokia is out of the market. Kodak was the only manufacturing company for camera, but they didn't change keeping digital camera. When the digital camera came, they said, "Oh, we have so much of business from camera rolls and cameras. How can you change it?" They didn't change. The market changed, and they are out of the market now. So you will need to know that this is coming, and I should be prepared. Otherwise, I will be left behind. Others will take care of it. So this is what, in 2006, if I go back 10 years, iPhone was not there. iPhone was not there. iPad was not there. Kindle was not there. 4G communication was not there. Uber was not there. Airbnb was not there. Android operating system was not there. Now, now can you imagine that 2006 is not very far actually, right? So, and nothing was there. Now I cannot imagine in 2020 a world without these things actually. Can you imagine without 4G communication? Can you imagine without Android operating system? Can you imagine without mobile operating system? No. Now people who didn't change to this technology, they perished. The technology came in. So now I have some list here. You think about that, what didn't exist in 2006 but exist in 2020, or what didn't exist in 2020, what will happen by 2025? So 2025, you know that, okay, these are coming and I have to get ready with that. These technologies are coming, these industries are coming. Now government of India is saying make in India. Manufacturing industry is going to be in India. Atmanirbhar Bharat, so self-reliant, right? People are trying to manufacture on their own. Many industries, I think my own feeling is that in another 3, 4, 5 years, there are a lot of manufacturing industries that will come in India. Now manufacturing industries will come, but they will come with the right kind of technology, with right kind of people and other things. Now whether I see a lot of in another 4, 5 years, with the current situation, like China is being pushed to a corner, India is trying to become self-reliant, India is trying to make in India movement and other things. I see a lot of demand for IT enabled managers, right? So this is the key actually. If I am prepared, I will do that actually. I mean, these are some of the slides I picked up from the internet only, and somewhere I mentioned I have also acknowledged that telephone to reach 100 million customers, 1 million equal to 10 lakhs. 100 million means 10 crores. To reach 100 million customer, telephone in the whole world, telephone took 75 years. Internet web, World Wide Web, www, took only 7 years. Facebook took only 4 years. Instagram took only 2 years. And Pokemon Go took only 1 month for having 10 crore downloads, 100 million downloads. Now that is how the evolution is happening, right? So today a technology is fast catching up, and you have to be running towards that actually. I mean, you cannot be walking, you have to running, and run with a 100-meter race kind of a thing. I don't want this actually. Now look at this actually. This slide is about, I'm talking about if you can read it, impacting all aspects of value chain management. Computers, the IT is impacting whatever technology you want for a manager, right? You want, let's say I want customer relationship management, I want communication infrastructure, you require supply chain management, you require factory infrastructure, you require internet tools, softwares, etc. You require human resources, machinery, you require IT infrastructure, and you see what not. You require manufacturing operation management, you require asset management. This is a slide which talks that the technology, the IT technology, the computer science technology, or the smart technology, what you call smart cities, smart technology, etc., is now going to impact almost everybody, every aspect of the business value. So the value chain, what you have, it will always have all these things. That's what I was trying to tell you. In 2013, Amazon started using robots in their warehouse for picking up goods, for packing and all these things. Now, by 2016, I don't have the data now. By 2016, it just started 9 times growth in 3 years. And by 2016, I tell you that here it's almost 100,000. Now, 100,000 robots that too particularly in one store in US, in couple of stores in, this is only US statistics now. Now, 100,000 robots, 100,000 robots, I repeat, 100,000 robots are working in Amazon warehouse just to pick up items, package, and put it to the delivery boy. Now, that is the beauty actually. Otherwise, can you imagine you place a order and then the order will picked up, packed, address will be written, and all these things will happen, and then it will be delivered. It will take years together. I had a statistics that Amazon and Flipkart together in the big billion day, they made almost a business of 37,000 crores within 4 days. 37,000 crores rupees business within 4 days they did it, and they almost completed all the orders now. So 37,000 crores business was done in 4 days, and the delivery completed in another 3-4 days. So within a week, 37,000 crore business, started, completed, done, dusted. So that's the power of the technology. Now you say that then, and at the same time, Amazon has created a huge workforce in India and across the world. Why? Because of this business volume. They have not taken anybody's pie. They added pie to the market actually. If you know, right now, you see, I don't read all these things. Smart lighting. You tell what is your mood. Dim your light. It listens to you. Alexa. People are talking about medical electronics actually. They are talking about putting your chip, blood sugar, continuous blood sugar monitoring by putting a small transplant. They will transplant in your fingertip. They will put a small chip, and that will measure your blood sugar continuously, and it will send the data to the mobile phone and all that thing. This is basically your data. You see here your data, your heartbeat data, your ECG data. Everything goes and stores in the mobile phone. People are sports, right? When the sensors and other things, everything is there in the tennis racket. So somebody who is will be in the sports management kind of a thing. Now the data, the way the player plays, all the data comes and stores here. So the player can imagine that where I went wrong, what went wrong, and other things. How do I do it? What is the management here? It's a sports management. Here, what is the management? Here it's health management. This is healthcare management. This is home management. Your real estate management. Your smart city management. Everywhere it gets into the idea. So what is the impact? The impact of 4G in economy. Yes, the economy is growing. Not growing today, but it will definitely grow because of this COVID. It's not growing. It will grow. The productivity will increase. Employment will increase. But which employment will increase? That is very important. The key part is that which employment will increase. Do you think that employment for bookkeeping will increase? No. What employment will increase? Employment for data scientist will increase. Employment for technology manager will increase. Employment, for example, HR manager is no more. HR manager will be a manager who knows technology now, who knows how to handle technical people. They will not be handling laborers. They will not be handling your masons or unskilled laborers. They will be handling skilled laborers. So the skill set is different. Labor, now, labor substitution. That's what I want to say. Labor substitution. What is labor substitution? One kind of employment will convert to another. One kind of labor will be substituted by another kind of labor. For some people, they say that underemployment. For example, I do a management degree, etc., and become a clerk in some organization or some office. That is underemployment. You can't call it as an employment. So unemployment will be also underemployment. It's another way of underemployment. And labor substitution is important. One type of labor will be substituted by another type of better labor. Actually, that's very important. So the nature of work changes. Now, to do a new type of work, you need to be trained in that way. You need to be experienced in that way. That's the key. So in the economy, it is happening. In business, it is happening. Customer expectations are now increasing. Now I want that, okay, I will sit in the night 12 o'clock. I thought of buying something, but tomorrow morning it should be available. So that is the expectation of the customer now. Earlier, it was not expected from the customer. Customer are not dreaming. Now customer wants that, no, I want in this particular way. The data, the collaborative environment. Customer want that, my neighbor had this, I want to this, and we together want a different type of service. All these things are possible. So the business is changing, and it should changing for the better. But imagine that the customers' expectations are changing. Now, I will tell you the augmented reality. If you have, even I'm not working, but I heard about it. There is a technology in IT that augmented reality is what? I see a dress actually, right? Now what I do, I go to the trial room, and within the trial room, I change my dress. Look at it. That's very uncomfortable, particularly for ladies and girls. But now what they say, the augmented reality that you pick up a dress, You take your photo, you go to a mirror, and I think the augmented that the dress will come as if you are wearing the dress. You see in the mirror, that you are wearing that particular dress open in public. You don't have to go to the change room, or you don't have to go to the restroom to change it, check how it looks like. No, just you pick up this dress, show it to the computer, the camera there. You stand in front of the camera, then in the mirror there is a big screen, and there you see, there you go. This kind of thing. You don't want a design, but particularly you don't want a design. System is recommending that okay, you have already purchased these things, now you purchase this. This type of expectations. Now the customer is expecting everything. Everything they want it in their mobile phone. So the business model, the marketing model, the design industry, the creative industry is changing. Similarly, the government is changing. Now my government, the government is becoming digital government. So government is changing, countries are changing, society is changing. Now earlier the inequality was, people were talking about you are rich, I am poor. Now people are talking about you have a better internet connectivity, I have a less internet connectivity. Now I feel that I'm empowered because I have a better internet connectivity. Now we are doing online teaching. Probably we will also have to go through that. Now there is no, we don't say that students who are highly intelligent students and less intelligent students. Now there is a new category has come up. The inequality has come up, that students with good internet connectivity, students without good internet connectivity, and that's an inequality, right? So the impact is changing. So people who are there in the, I mean, this, we in Hyderabad, I don't know in Patna, in Hyderabad, we have internet service provider. The internet service provider business grew by 5 times. I repeat, 5 times, 4.8 times or exactly, only in 3 months, 3 months period, because everybody is on the internet. So the service providers are not able to give connections. No rebate, no discount, no bargain. You call them, they say that it will take 7 days and they come. So that's a new opportunity that is created for them. Thousands of students, thousands of people have been recruited for service providers, internet service providers. That's the idea. So so the business model is changing. I think I'll stop after a couple 2 more or 3 more slides. So top 10 skills to be relevant. So you look at this actually. In 2020, people are looking at these things now. Now, we are never worried about the emotional intelligence, right? If you look at this emotional intelligence, how emotional you are. Now, you go to in your Facebook, you look at your face. Now, there are supermarkets, particularly in Dubai, there is a mall where you go there and they will try to find out are you angry? Are you happy? And all these things. By looking at that, they give you offers. They give you a personalized service. So that if you're angry, they first cool you down, take you to a coffee shop and other things. That kind of marketing has happened. Now, the guy who can understand me is the best seller actually. He only will be able to sell the product if he understands me. And to understand me, you should need to know my emotion actually. Now, technology is helping them to understand the emotion of these guys actually. Decision making, negotiation, service orientation, cognitive flexibility. Cognitive flexibility is basically artificial intelligence, right? So these are the complex problem solving techniques, critical thinking, creativity. Now, what are the skills? These are all management skills, and these skills is not A plus B whole square equal to A square plus B square plus 2AB, right? These skills need to be practiced. These skills need to be experienced. These skills will be acquired by doing mistakes. These skills will be acquired through collaborative learning. These skills will be acquired through transfer learning. You learn this, transfer it to your friend. All these things are possible. So slowly between 2020 to 2015, there is a slight shift. And by 2023, by 2022, there will be another slight shift. So this is how I think I must complete here. Now, this is the reason for Industry 4.0. And we must understand now that now the core the humans become the center of production. What design will make, what product you will make, what service you will provide, what marketing you will make, everything is directed to an individual. So it's now targeted, completely targeted, one individual targeted marketing. You don't see those products in your phone, which I see. You get for example, you might have seen, now we check in your phone. Now I must give an example. Now you see the Uber, what they do, they have an artificial intelligence technique. Let's say me and my friend, we arrive at Hyderabad airport and we want to come to to go to a particular place. He books the taxi, he gets a rate 800 rupees. I book the taxi, I get a rate of 700 rupees. How? Because they know that this guy can afford 800 rupees. How? Because his mobile bet, you will be surprised to know Depending on your mobile battery status, how much remaining battery you have, depending on that they provide you a rate. Because your battery is low, you cannot afford to browse other services, you want to book quickly, etc. So they take the advantage and ask you a better price. In your phone, if you have Ola, Uber and other applications and you are checking this, that also they know. So now the individual pricing, individual marketing, the sari or the dress which I get promotions in my mobile phone doesn't get my friend doesn't get that. So everything is individualistic now. You cannot put it like this. So all these things is that unless we are also prepared for this, now how do you do it? You need to understand the person, you need to do a computing, you need to database, you need algorithms, you need everything. Plus you need your understanding about the person, your understanding about the market, your understanding about your management, and that will help us to grow. So I think this probably is not required, but the kind of things that is coming up is basically drones, 3D printing, AI, artificial intelligence, robots, blockchain. Blockchain is basically a secured marketing, secured way of data storing. Virtual reality, that's what I was telling you an example. Everything is virtual. One company is working. I'll just tell you this story and then we'll stop. One company is working now. Everybody is now at home actually, right? So when I'm teaching you or when I'm giving this lecture, I don't feel this actually, right? I'm just looking at the laptop and telling it. And many teachers complain that, what is this? I don't feel like teaching. So the problem here is that now even Google is also working on that. They are trying to say that, okay, they will give you a glass, smart glass, a 3D glass, etc. You wear that glass actually. Glass means it's a lens kind of. You wear it actually, just like you wear a mask in your face. You wear the glass in front of your eye, and then the virtual reality starts. You will feel yourself as if you are sitting inside the classroom. They will feed the classroom environment, the pictures, the video, etc. You will feel that your friend is sitting besides you. You will see that the teacher is teaching just in front of you. The moment you take out the glass, you see your laptop or your mobile. But you put your glass, you see that the entire environment is there. Now, what is the idea behind it? The idea behind it is that you make it as natural, as real as possible by using the reality. So virtual reality, in reality it is not there, but in virtual it is there. What is the technology? The technology is simple. I mean, simple in the sense that the same image processing, same sound, same 3D monitoring, video recording, etc. Put everything together and then give a feeling. So the whole idea is that now the business will move towards that. When you have a virtual reality, I'm not wearing this shirt, but I stand in front of a mirror, a new shirt I pick up from the store, and as if I'm wearing that shirt, it gives me an image. So I don't have to go to the restroom, right? So I don't have to do the trial room. Trial rooms are going to the past. Why do you want to go to a trial room? You just take it, spit it. So everything is under, and in the three-dimensional thing and all these things, you will feel whether it is tight, whether it is loose, whether it is how does it feel, all these things. So this is how the marketing will change, the production will change, the supply chain management will change, the customer relationship management will change, and everything, every change is change for good. You must accept it. So what is the conclusion actually I want to make? So the industry 4.0, if you look at this, why I'm talking about industry 4.0? Because industry 4.0 doesn't mean that it is an industry or it is industry 4.0 is a fourth revolution of the industry, which encompasses all kinds of industry, including education. So it will affect our identity. If you are not ready for it, it will affect our identity. It will affect our sense of privacy. You are no more private actually. You are no more a private person. Your charts are getting leaked. Your photos are getting leaked. Everything. So it will affect everything. Our notion of ownership. How do I own a company? There are many companies where there is no brick and mortar. It's all in the web. So how do you own a company? I'm owning 10 companies, but no company is existing in reality. Your consumption pattern. How do you consume? I quote and unquote. I quote that in one of the interviews, the Swiggy CEO said that we will decide what India will eat. I repeat, the Swiggy CEO said that they will decide, the Swiggy will decide what India will eat tomorrow. Whether you will eat idli, whether you will eat aloo ka paratha, whether you will eat dosa, whether you will eat chicken, whether you will eat mutton, they will decide. I tell you how they will decide. They will say that if you buy idli, we'll give you 50% discount. But if you buy puri, it's a full, the rate is high. So what will happen? The end user customer will buy idli because 50% discount is there. After 1 month, after 2 months, once you are used to it, discount is withdrawn. Now you are used to a particular food. the consumption. So the consumption, they will decide what you will eat, they will decide what style you will wear, they will decide what you will read. That's it. So the whole idea is that key, and we decide that okay, this is so the time we devote to work and leisure, that's also important. The nature of relationship, now you know the nature of relationship. You have not seen me, but now we are related. I gave you a talk and other thing. So everything will change, and that's what the Klaus Schwab said in 2016, that this industry will change everything. It will change your identity even. Your identity is now your Facebook ID. Your identity is now your Aadhaar ID. Your identity is now your WhatsApp number. So who cares about who are you? Your identity is now your vehicle number. That's the situation that is coming up. So there should be a coexistence. That's what I'm saying. There should be a coexistence between the technology and human being. I should not sacrifice the human values because of the technology. Technology should not come in between them. So there should be a coexistence between the technology and human beings, and then everybody grows, right? And you grow as a human. You don't grow as a robot, or you don't grow as an animal actually. So the technology should support humans and only handles the complex situation in manufacturing that is almost impossible for humans to do. That's what I was trying to tell you. Give an example that I don't want a human being to go nearer to a blast furnace. I don't want a human being to go to a nuclear plant. I don't want a human being to go to an explosive study. Why should you go and risk your life, right? Let that be handled by by automation. But at the same time, I must be doing humanly job. I must be doing a job which demands human interference, human in loop. For example, I don't want. Okay, anyway, there are many examples actually. So this is how the situation is changing. My sincere advice is that key, things are coming, things are there on knocking at your doorstep. You have taken a decision to read this, and 3 years down the line, you will find yourself there. Now, when you be there, you realize that okay, I am here, and this is how the things are actually, and whether I'm prepared for this. Now, today, you may not see a lot of robots there, but 3 years down the line, you will see a lot of robots there. Today, you don't see many manufacturing industries in India. 3 years down the line, you will see manufacturing industries in every street because of this Atmanirbhar Bharat, self-reliant Bharat, etc. Today, you see a marketing in a different way. Tomorrow, you'll see by 2023, you'll see a different market altogether. I should be ready. I should be ready with the technology, and most importantly, when you have both the courses together, right? You have computer science courses, you have management courses, and you have both teachers, guides, supervisors, etc. Let there be a complete, transition. Not a transition actually. Complete collaboration between coexistence. The right word is coexistence. Complete coexistence between the technology, management, and of course human values. Then only you will see that you have grown to a level where you can fulfill your dream, and you are ready to fulfill your dream. That's only dreaming is not enough. You have to get ready with that, and to be ready with that, you should know what is coming. So my sincere attempt here was that just to find out that just to tell you that okay, these are all coming. Be ready for this. If you are not ready for this, probably you will find a big problem for this, and it is coming in a big way. Manufacturing industry will be a big way. I mean, there is no way that you can stop it. Manufacturing industry, marketing, everything, but the kind of marketing, the kind of manufacturing, the kind of supply chain management, the kind of customer relations management, what we are doing now will have will go through a sea change before it reaches 2023. So use your these 2-3 years of time to get ready with that. Keep yourself ready, keep yourself fresh, keep yourself. At least read, and do learn, commit mistakes, and that's one way of learning. I said all these things, right? So thanks for the opportunity. And I chose this picture like this way. This is the way I'm sitting before the laptop, right? But still I'm trying to animate myself, trying to imagine that you are all there, and then I'm trying to tell you, address you, and all these things. Thank you, madam. Thank you, Professor Padhi, for the opportunity. And if you have some questions, some doubts, some clarifications, I will be probably happy to answer these things.
Well, thank you, Professor Shivkumar Udgata. It was a great moment for me to listen to you after a pretty long time. I, on behalf of the Institute, express my indebtedness for your generosity in delivering a talk to our students and faculty. And Niru Madam is our administrator over here, who is coordinating all the academics, not only within the institution but outside. So she is the right person who is a bridge between the institute and industry. And before the official letter reaches you, sir, I would personally invite you to join us in our National Management Summit and Research Conference, which is scheduled to be held on 18th and 19th of December, so
Oh,
that my
great.
students and faculty can really, make use of your services, and your wonderful lectures will be really shaping their future. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. It was a pleasure to be with you on the same platform. And I really, I kind of remind me of good old days. And when I look at you, it reminds me too many things actually. And thank you, madam. Thanks for a nice introduction, nice thing, all thing. And students, wish you all the best. You are at the right place. You are at the right hands. And don't worry, everything will be taken care. Only thing is that you should be prepared for it, and nobody can make you prepared actually. You be prepared for it, come to the class with an open mind. Everything else is there in your platter.
Thank you very much, sir. I believe that the students whosoever have attended this particular session, they will understand that how they need to amalgamate between management studies and technology. Because earlier there was a thinking that if there is an engineer, he is going to think only about engineering and technology is only his cup of tea. But now the change that we have seen, and I should say that COVID-19 was indeed a blessing in disguise. And because of this blessing, every one of us, we have learned a lot. We understood how technology can definitely change our way of thinking, the change in perspective, and how we are going to improvise ourselves. So I must say, sir, your particular talk, I'm going to definitely post it on YouTube with your kind permission, because not only students of ISM, what I believe is everybody whosoever is going to listen to this particular speech of yours, they need to understand that technology is now part and parcel of everybody's life. And we cannot say no to technology. And if we really want to improve our India, if we should be thinking about proud India and Atmanirbhar Bharat, we cannot say, we cannot deny the fact that technology is the only way by which we can proceed ahead. Thank you very much for such a wonderful address, sir. It's an honor to hear you. Thank you very much. I should,
Namaskar.
in fact, I should in fact thank like our director, Professor Prasanta Kumar Padi, who has given us this wonderful opportunity of witnessing this particular event, though virtually, but yes, every one of us, we have gained lots of knowledge. So, and this knowledge is not going to end over here. He has already invited you. We want to see you in person at our campus so that we can gain more and more knowledge from you.
Yeah.
So,
God willing, if I survive this COVID, I will definitely be there.
so yeah, then we need to really fight with God so that He should always bless people like you all with long life and great health. So I
Thank you very
imagine
much. Thank
that
you.
very soon we are going to have you in person at our campus, that is International School of Management. So now I cast my vote of thanks on behalf of International School of Management. I thank our chairman, sir, Mr. Samrendra Singh. I thank our vice chairman, sir, Mr. Deval Singh. I thank the member of management, Mr. Amal Singh, our director, Dr. Prasanta Kumar Padi, all the faculty members, as well as non-teaching staff who have worked very hard in order to organize this virtual session. And last but not the least, the students, because of whom we are organizing this particular session and we got the opportunity to listen from you. Thank you very much, sir. We were really high obliged to have you here virtually with us.
Thank you. Thank you. So kind of you. It's a
Thanks,
pleasure.
sir. Thanks a lot.
So
Thanks a lot.
I'll log out. Yeah.
Yes, sir. We can. You can. You can.
Sir,
Last word.
namaskar, sir. Padi sir, namaskar.
This is a word of caution and request to all the students. Please remember that the orientation program is organized for you people. So you should not keep on leaving this orientation program in the middle. You need to tell your friends, you need to tell your family members that the orientation and program is going on, and this is very, very special and very important. You need to understand the person from the University of Hyderabad, too difficult to have contact with such eminent speakers. And when we are providing you such platform, you should try to encash it. So I'll request you all to please stay tuned when we are going to have the another session from 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock, wherein Dr. Pramod Pathak, an eminent speaker and great faculty member from IIT Dhanbad, Professor of Management, is going to once again address you all and let you all know what things you should do in order to have a bright career. Thank you very much, Director Sir. Thanks all the students and the faculty members who have attended this session. Thanks,
Thank
everyone.
you. Thank you, madam. Thank you, madam, for organizing the event in the best possible way.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you.